Good morning, everybody. My name is Miss Julie Marie Ombas, and we'll be teaching you the topic about determine the truthfulness and accuracy of the material viewed. So, before class, in this class, in this world full of fake news, we have to learn to determine the truthfulness and accuracy of what the material that we have viewed. Because again, there are a lot of fake news spreading all over the internet. So we have to know this kind or the indications for us to know if the material that we are viewing is true or accurate. Truth class is the reality behind facts, while facts are the available data that we have. While the accuracy means not only getting the objectivity verifiable facts, right, like the names, the places, the date of birth, the codes, the results of sporting fixtures, and also accurately reporting opinions expressed by those who you report to. Okay? So class, in this lesson, we're going to know those indications to know if the material that we are viewing is a truth or not. Is it accurate or not? So let us move on with this. Let us know the indications, which is for number one, the same information can be found in other reliable sources. Okay, class, you have to take note of the main facts which is presented in the material. Okay, and you have to compare it to multiple sources. Okay, are the information presented in your material is present also in other sources? Then if so, you have a truthful and accurate information. And number two is the sources used for documentation are known to generally reliable. So for you to establish the accuracy of the multimedia sources, which is it can be challenging, well, they often represent a combination of facts, opinion, and perspective from different individuals. So you should not trust anonymous sources. Okay, you should just go to reliable one. And for you to know that the one that you are the one that you have is already reliable is also by knowing the number three. The author of the information is known to have expertise on that subject. So whoever writes that kind of information that you have now should be or should have an expertise with that kind of subject or that kind of area. Okay, so it is you have to determine the knowledge and the expertise of the subject or the speaker in a multimedia source, which is very much important. Why? Because even you, class, even any one of you can write an information in the Google. But we tackled this a while ago on our um, last grading. The multimedia resources that anyone can write their answer. Therefore, you have to find the one that is truthful and accurate. Okay, because again, anyone can make an assertion or statement about something, but only someone who knows the thing can make a reasonable, reliable statement or assertion about that certain subject. Okay, the number four here is research the person who is making the statement. If you know now who makes the statement, you have to research it. Is he reliable? Okay? Because again, whatever presentation or whatever material you have there is free from logical fallacies. When you say logical fallacies, these are errors. Okay? So it is an important aspect of accuracy. The important aspect of accuracy, rather, is the intellectual integrity. Okay? If we know who writes that kind of information in the material that we viewed, therefore, we have that intellectual integrity in our item. Because the person who writes it is expert. Okay, we know that they know the subject. They have mastery on that kind of matter. Okay, so number five here is quotations which are in context. Whatever you get from the speaker or from the material that you have viewed, okay, whatever statement that they have get, you should make it in context, or the meaning is of the original work is kept in the work which quotes the original. Okay, whatever they have said, you should be quoted it with no error. Okay, as is. The statement quoted in the material must be quoted correctly and accurately. Walang bawas, walang dagdag. Okay? Because if it is used in a context or in a material viewed, the meaning of the original statement must be kept and no opinions about it should be made. Okay? So if the researcher there is talking about something and she said an important opinion, or she said, or he or she said information which comes from study, therefore you should not um, rephrase it. You should not add any opinion about it, because again, to make your information truthful and accurate. Okay, whatever you want to imply, it should be based on the facts itself. Okay, so we have here the next one is indications that information may not be accurate and not true. So these are the indications that you can easily tell, this material that I am viewing or this information is not true, because we know this kind of indications. The first one is the facts cannot be verified or contradicted on the other sources. For example, there is facts that is presented to you and you wanted to verify it, but you cannot find it in other sources. So it is simply saying that that kind of material or that kind of information is not accurate or maybe not true. Okay? And number two is sources used are known to be unreliable or highly biased. Okay? And how are we going to know if the sources are biased? If they are using the personal pronouns. They are basing on their own opinions. Therefore, they are biased. Okay? That's how can you know that they are biased. Therefore, it cannot be accurate. Okay? The next one is sources used or cited is inadequate or non-existent. For example, there's a link of your information on wherever it comes from. Okay? And when you click that link, it's non-existent. Therefore, it is easily to tell that it is not true. Whatever in that kind of material is presented is not true, because wherever he or she get that kind of information in that material is non-existent, hindi present, wala. Therefore, it's not true. Next one, quotations are taken out of context and given a different meaning. Okay? Whatever you get from the research, from the speaker, you have to quote it directly. Okay? But here, since the quotations are taken out and you give different meaning about it, there's already an opinion. You express your opinion already. Or the writer of that kind of information is expressing his or her opinion already. So therefore, it is not accurate, because again, the rule a while ago is quotations should be in context. So whatever is the speaker or the speaker wanted to say, it should be quoted correctly and accurately. Therefore, quotations here are taken out. And we can easily say that it is not accurate, or it can be not true. Okay? And the last one is to present one or more logical fallacies. So if that kind of information has one or more errors, therefore, it may be not true. It cannot be accurate. It is easy to tell. So if your information or whatever material you have there has this kind of indications, therefore your material are not accurate and not true. So wherever you get information, wherever you get answer in multimedia resources and whatever resources that you have to verify it. You have to check its accuracy It's truthfulness for you to get your to get what you wanted to get. Okay, to get the good answer that you want. Next one. We have here now the 7 types of information, which are information disorders that can be present in different multimedia resources. And the first one here is, look at the information or look at the picture itself. It says there that repost, wag iboto, silito lapid, etc., etc., etc. So it is giving different or false, what you call this? It is giving false information about someone. Okay, it is said here, it is being shared by someone. Sabi, is this true? Okay, and it is being written in Bisaya. So therefore, what is being implied here, this one is an example of fabricated content, which is new content is 100% false, which is it's designed, it is designed to deceive or to do harm to other people. Okay, this one is completely false content. Okay, I have a while ago, I have in my module there a link wherein it can proceed to you to another website, and that website is an example of fabricated content, because again, whatever is written there are 100% false. So this is example of fabricated content, which is it has the information. Okay, a new content is being added, and again 100% false, completely false content. Okay, which is intended to do harm and to deceive other people. Okay, we have another one, the imposter content. So when we say imposter content, this kind of, there is genuine sources which are being impersonated by someone. So as you can see, this one, the Times, this is the what you call this, famous tabloid in other country, and it is being created another account, which is an imposter. Okay, they are having the different news that they want to tell to other people. So they are using the branding of an established news agency. So this one, the Times here is established agency wherein it is famous. Okay po. So when the genuine sources are being impersonated, that's one way we can tell that this kind is an imposter content. Meron nag-impostor for the real, from the real to an imposter website. Okay, so this is the good example wherein the real issues with journalists having their bylines, which is used alongside articles they did not write, or organizations or logos, individuals, or images that they did not create. As you can see, the imposter website here is very lame, unlike the real website wherein there is a logo, there is a picture, okay, and they are giving the informations which are verified, which comes from fact. And it's the intention of this imposter content is to give fake news, of course, okay, to give wrong idea to the people. Next one, we have the okay, so let's read it first. Philippine government paying keyboard army 500 peso a day to amplify public support for drug war. Watchdog. Okay, so this kind of information class is misleading content, wherein you are misleading use of information to frame an issue or individual. So for example, you are presenting the comment as a fact. So this type of content here is when there is a misleading use of information to frame issues, or individuals in certain ways by cropping photos, or choosing quotes, or statistics selectively. So as you can see, meron quotes wherein keyboard army. They are being paid 500 peso a day. Can you believe it? Or would you want to be a keyword army na lang for you to be paid as 500 peso a day? Would the government allow it? So therefore, it is fake news. It is misleading the content of the news. Okay? So next one, the fourth one is satire or parody. Its intention here is no intention to cause, but to cause harm, but has the potential to fool. Okay, its intention is to make humorous. Okay, to present a humorous but false stories as if they are true. Okay, look at this one. I have dream. I present the American dream. I represent the American dream rather. In your dreams, kid, does anybody want to hear about my wet dream? Sabi dito. Okay? So, although here, not usually categorized as fake news, this may unintentionally fool readers. So, this is an example of a satire and parody that could be considered as a form of art. Okay? Because it's very, those people who are creating this kind of satire and parody are genius. Okay? They can create this kind of content, in order for to give humorous, to present humor to other. Okay. However, class, in a world where people increasingly receive information via social feeds, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, so there has been confusion with it is not understood as sight in satirical. So in my module class, I have there a link wherein it will proceed to you to a satirical um, news. Okay, wherein it has different satirical news. It gives you different humorous news, which is its intention is just to fool others, not to harm. Okay? Parang it's just a joke. Okay? The next one, number 5 is, let's read this one. Man tries to hug a wild lion. You won't believe what happens next. Okay? Can you believe it? That the man here is trying to hug the lion. Okay? So this one is, of course, false context or connection. Because here, factually shared with false contextual information. So the information here, or for example, when the headline of an article does not reflect the content. Okay? So it is just clickbait. Do you believe that the man here tries to hug the lion? Okay? So as a participant of how believable is this post? As a student, how believable is this post? When the headline says, man tries to hug a wild lion. Tapos there's a visual, there's a picture or caption that does not support the content. Okay? Whatever you have here in the visual or the caption is different from the content that is being written. So therefore, there is an example of false connection and false context. It is called false context and false connection because the context and the connection which is being written is not aligned to one another. Okay? And another one, I have another example of the most common example of what you call this? False context or false connection, wherein the other one is yung image from Vietnam of the captured in 2007, which it is being captured in 2007, and it is recirculated 7 years later and was being shared under the guise that it was a photograph from Nepal and the aftermath of the earthquake in 2015. Okay? So parang na-recycle nila. Recycle the picture. Therefore, they can create another story for it. So it gives you a false context. Okay? Iba yung nakalagay sa picture, iba yung nakalagay sa context. Iba yung nakasulat. So, therefore, it's an example of a clickbait. Okay? So, in YouTubers, you know, the different kinds of, you think that it's true, you think that you just click the video because of the title. So, that's what we call this clickbait headlines. Okay? For them to increase an audience, to get an attention, okay po, to attract clicks, and even people to read the article, they feel that they have been deceived because, again, the context are not related to what is being presented. Okay, so that's why it is false context or connection. Next one, the last one, is the manipulated context. We're in when genuine information or imagery is manipulated to deceive. So, for example, look at this one. How we saw it. Okay? How it really happened. How other people saw it. Okay? So this one, this kind of distortion of genuine information or imagery. So they are being, this is the whole picture in the middle. This is the whole picture. But it is being cropped to give another meaning to others. Okay? For example, the headline that is made for sensational, often to popularize, also to clickbait. Okay po? So, if you just saw this kind of picture, diba, you're going to be angry. You will be mad to those men in uniform because you will think that they are abusing this kind of man. The man here is being abused. But, if you take a look at the real picture or the whole picture, something happened, which is malayo doon sa nangyari. Okay? That which is being manipulated to deceive other people. Okay? And that is also example of clickbait. Okay po? Which is being manipulated content. So, okay? I think that's the end of our discussion for today. So, I hope you learned from our lesson. Thank you everybody and goodbye.